Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Chef Joseph the Entrepreneur back at you again with another video. Chef Joseph the Entrepreneur back at you again with another video. Today it happens to be a beautiful Sunday. It's April 12th. It's about 7, a little bit after 7 a.m. In the morning. Like I told you, I typically don't make videos on the weekends because I like to kind of take that time to decompress and take that time for myself. But a lot of times if I feel led to drop something, that's when I drop a video. So yeah, glad y'all could tune in. Thanks to you all who like the videos. Thanks to the new subscribers. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Okay, so the topic for today is one that kind of dropped in my lap on yesterday, and it just got me to thinking about something that a lot of you may have dealt with. But isn't it strange, or isn't it crazy how people who you help turn on you? How people who you have helped turned on you. Isn't that something? That is a very bewildering thing to me. Because when you look at the people that you help, how they can just turn on you. And I can tell you, as an entrepreneur, someone who literally climbed out of the dirt to better myself, to become to get on top of my game in so many words, no bank loans, no nothing, like literally just grit and coming out the pit. It is very unfortunate when I can see others who have potential, who refuse to get up. I'm talking to the brothers out here, to the men. They bounce around at shelters, all day long, waiting on a free meal, waiting on a free handout. But yet, when you go to offer them a job, oh, I'm good. What is that saying? Learned helplessness? Is that the thing? Learned helplessness. There's a lot of learned helplessness out here. And it is very, very, very unfortunate. And then I've seen cases where when you have leveled up, you come back to provide a service or opportunity, and people can find any reason not to want to help or to not want to get up, to make better for themselves, to do better for themselves. And in the process, they'll demonize you like you did something wrong to them. And it's almost like it's something I'm thinking about. I really can't put my finger on it, but it's something like when you go in to help someone. Let's use this. Let's take a domestic violence situation. This is just a rough example that just came to me. So you take the person that's in this particular relationship that is being domestically, abused, and you step in, have an insight to help them or to get them free, and guess what? They turn on you, both of them, the man and the woman. Both of them turn on you. It's like you're sitting here getting things done to you, and it's clear that you are not in the best condition. I mean, you limping around. You got a lot of things happening, and things like that. And because of this, the physical whatever that's going on. But then when an innocent person step in to try to break these things up, they'll both get mad at you, and the person that's getting abused is gonna get mad at you. They flip the script. Man, that's crazy, isn't it? And I've seen cases where there's two different. Well, okay, I'm not gonna get to those scenarios, but what I can say is that it is very unfortunate because when you take people to go in to help provide opportunities, and then you pay people, you do what's right, by people, but yet when they're with you, everything good, everybody get paid, but as soon as they get to their closed quarters, they run back and try to put bad seeds on your name about things that are not even true. You know, oh, I know they wanted me to work, but they had me doing this and they had me doing that and you had me doing this. You're working. Work, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like today's time now, like you literally have to spell it out for people. Like literally. When we were little cutting wood in the snow, you know, our uncles didn't warn us about no splinters that could possibly get in your hand. They didn't warn us about, like, okay, we're gonna have you cut wood, but they didn't ever tell us about a splinter. They may have told us once we got it. They may have mentioned it, whatever the case would be. But when we got out there, we just went out to cut wood. They didn't say how high or how big the trees were, how little the trees were, how far you had to bend down to pick up the axe, or how the axe may be laid on the table for you. You know what I'm saying? No, we picked the axe up off the ground and we basically, start cutting wood. But these days, you gotta tell people how tall the axe is, what type of wood it's made out of, what type of metal is the axe head made out of, where you purchased the axe from, because half of you're not gonna believe is a real axe. Man, he says the axe, but it ain't no real axe. And they'll run back and put dirt on your name. He hit us cutting wood with the axe won't even real. See what I'm saying? And learn helplessness is what I would say about that. Learn helplessness. And it's designed to make the good people look bad. But really what it is that when you have leveled up in your life, you tend to hold up a mirror. Your life tends to be a mirror. How about that? Your life actually tends to be a mirror. And since your life is a mirror, whether you know it or not, that mirror is basically raised up in front of those people who you're trying to help. And that mirror will flash. It basically shows them a reflection of themselves because they see your life and it's a reflection of where they should be. So instead of them looking in the mirror, they're going to criticize the mirror. Man, I don't see that mirror. I mean, that mirror ain't real. You know what I'm saying? They act like they don't want to see the mirror. Or they do everything to discredit that mirror or discredit you or discredit your life and run back and tell everybody that, whatever that's wrong with the mirror, which is nothing wrong with the mirror. It's just that you don't want to look in it. See what I'm saying? Because if you have to look in that mirror, you're going to have to be held accountable for what you see in that mirror. And I'm telling you, I'm done with helping people. I think that'll be the subject as well. Like I'm actually at a place where I'm actually done helping people. Unless you're willing to help yourself, honestly. I'm done helping. I can tell you at this stage in the game, I put years in the game in this thing. And I was able to climb out and do some phenomenal things. And one of the main things that I've come across and have seen is that when you try to help people, they'll turn on you. They will turn on you. The people that you help the most will turn on you. And it's like you don't do anything to them. It's just that you have a light and they want to either extinguish that light, they get envious or jealous of that light, and they'll do everything to kind of talk or tarnish your light so they don't have to look bad. So that's an excuse for them not to have to get up. See what I'm saying? And you have to know that. And also have to have tough skin to even deal with that. Um, I've heard all the situations. I mean, people who have dreams, who have recipes, who have ideas, who have a lot of business things that they want to do, for themselves. And at the same time, don't possess they possess the wherewithal, but they don't want to put in the work to see their dreams come to fruition. So why would you invest your time, and your effort into someone's dream when they don't want to get up and make it happen for themselves? And after years of really seeing this, seeing how I was personally talked about, because I am about business and I'm about entrepreneurship and I'm also about doing right by people. But the bottom line is a lot of people don't want to put in the work. So I've come to a conclusion, that, after that last stint that I went through as far as the entrepreneur stuff and the business, things like that, I decided to just like take a break. And unless you step up to the plate and make things happen for yourself, you will not get chef's help at all. Seriously, figure it out. Pray to Jesus. Pray to everybody you got to pray to so you can make it happen for yourself. You know, some people may think that's mean. Some people may think that's arrogant. It's far from that. It's just that when you have seen enough of the excuses, well, you've seen enough of the excuses, you've heard enough of the excuses, you know, you come to realize that a lot of people don't want to put in the work. Like I tell them, don't talk me to death. And and that's why, like in today's society, I definitely believe that when you have a certain light, you have to separate yourself, because people will sit here and waste your time just talking you to death. DEF, no disrespect. They talk you to death. Don't talk me to death. Like if you're sitting in a position where you're being, handed a plate of food every single day, excuse me, you know, you don't have to get up and do anything. Now I understand that not a lot of people are capable, let's just say disabilities and things like that. I get it. There is compassion for these things. But I'm talking about able-bodied people who paint your name in a bad light because they don't want to level up. So if you tell them, okay, we're going to work for 4 hours, but we want you to just pick this feather up off the ground. Oh, that's easy. Okay. Feather up off the ground. All I got to do is pick the feather up. Yep. Oh, this is easy, man. This is easy. Yeah, you're picking the feather up off the ground. But if you say, okay, I need you to pick that feather up, and then I need you to take this block of wood, we need to walk these up 10 flights of stairs and back. 10 flights of stairs? Man, y'all didn't tell me that, you know, it's work. You know what I'm saying? And it's a bunch of, honestly, I feel for a lot of our sisters out here. And this is no shade. I'm trying to tell you what I see as a heterosexual male. Man, a lot of these men, a lot of these men have not leveled up, yo. And I'm not getting into the why and the politics of the why, but I'm just saying, like, it's just not looking too good. I know God can fix everything. I hear you. But at the end of the day, man, like I see a whole lot of brothers, who refuse to pick up and who refuse to take up their bed and walk. Don't blame Chef. Tell it to Jesus, because that's in the scripture. Take up your bed and walk. And they don't want to do it. But still waiting on a blessing. How you wait on a blessing when you won't even get up? How you do that? How does a person do that? So, I'm done with this conversation for today. I can tell you that I'm done helping people who are not willing to help themselves. I'm done with that, yo. And you're not going to talk me to death about it. I actually finished the book about it. He came during the Civil War.com. Get you a copy. Go to the website. The release is May 1st. I'm taking pre-orders right now. And so far, and thank y'all to the ones who did place your orders. I appreciate that very much, by the way. Yeah, so orders are coming through because it's the whole Chef Joseph story. He came during the Civil War. And I'm going to have some chapter readings in it as well. And I'll talk to you about these things that, a lot of things that could catapult me into this, this level of entrepreneurship. So thank you for your time. Like and subscribe to the video. But I can tell you, Chef is done with helping people. Like, seriously. Like, yeah, I can't explain it. It's like for real, for real. My helper is broke. You know what I'm saying? Because it can be taxing on you. It can be very taxing, especially when you believe in others. I mean, I've seen cases where you give people job, give them rides. That first of all, what job that when you're supposed to be there, the boss picks you up because you don't have a car, but because the boss has compassion in he or she's heart to pick you up because they don't want to see you walking on a Sunday. So they be like, okay, I'll scoop you up. You think you would have a good rapport, right? Wrong in some cases. You can do good by people, especially people that look like me. I'm calling it like I see it. And to some of us, seriously, as good I've seen, as good as I've been, as good as the managers have been, everybody have been. It's always some type of idiosyncrasy where that person either just walk off, quit, don't show up after all you done for them. After all you've done for them, and they still don't effing care. My helper is broke. I'm done with helping people. Know that. The next time they see this face, just know they're going to wish they had listened. And it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But he came during the civilwar.com. We're taking sponsorships and all kind of stuff over there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able to tell the whole Chef Joseph story because a lot of you want to know my story. And I was able to put it in the book. He came during the civilwar.com. All right? Enjoy your day. Peace.